Howdy.
Hey, good evening, and welcome to the 802 Iracing League's podcast. This is week 3 Daytona wrap up. I am one of your hosts, Rob Lowell, and joining me is Brandon Garrand and Greg Draiss. How's it going, guys?
Hey, good evening. How are you doing?
Not bad. Brandon, how's your week going?
Not too bad, guys. It's going pretty good. Glad to be rid of Daytona.
Yeah, I,
Me too.
I think all
After
three.
I
lap
did not.
30.
I did not finish one race out of the 3 this week at the old speed weeks.
I
Oh,
think
you got wrecked. When did you get wrecked out, Brandon?
About 10 to go.
All right, I think I caused the first yeller, was involved in it. I was creeping up, somebody was creeping down, and it knocked me out. You know, I miss. I understand when you get enough damage, it says can't be fixed, and you can't even restart your car. But it was nice in the old section or the old setups when they would say, you've got 2 months, 3 days, and 19 hours. So you know how much damage you have. I had no idea how much damage I had other than you're done, can't start your car, so I went home.
Yeah, just plate racing.
Yep.
So
I
I mean, I got no luck at Daytona. So
yeah, that's been my history there ever since I started racing with Joe Sixpack back in 2020. So I think
Oh, yeah.
I can't take that back. There was one season I won Daytona. It just proves the old
Really?
adage that a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
Well, that's cool.
But what I will say is we have 3 guests on tonight. We have an action-packed show. We got Cody Meadows coming on, the winner of Daytona. We got Chris Mackey for the Cup Series. We got Chris Mackey, the winner of the Busch Series, Friday night coming on. And then we got Joey, and I'm going to mangle his name. I apologize about that time. Gattina. We'll have to ask him. He finished, I believe, second or third at Daytona in the Busch
in the Busch
Series.
race, yep.
Um, and we'll talk to him a little bit about that, but I really want to talk to him about he is the league owner and has been running it for well over a decade of Sim 500 racing leagues. So
Oh, cool.
Joey's racing with us this year, and a bunch of the Sim 500 guys are, and I just thought it'd be nice to get him on. Like I said, it's action-packed show, so we're going to jump right into the results. Brandon, you want to run us through the results of Daytona?
Yeah. So we'll start with the Cup Series because Cody's gonna join us first. So I figured we start there, and yeah, Cody Meadows wins the race. Very action-packed last lap. It was 3 wide at one point, and I didn't know who was going to win the race. So awesome for Cody to get his first win in the 802. Second is Joe Hudson. Third is Jeff Pogo. Fourth, Kenny Reel. Frank Zingen finished fifth. Steve Ritter 6th, Eli Raposa 7th, Kevin Roy finished 8th, Matthew Johnson 9th, and finishing in the top 10 is Rob. Rob Lowell finishes 10th. And then we got Tanner White in 11th, Kip Easley 12th, and last car on the lead lap is Jason Wiley. He finished 13th. Then comes the lap down cars. Some might have not finished, some did. But we got Andreas Veras finished 14th, Cody Brewer finished 15th, Jim Ott 16th, Daniel Holcroft 17th, myself in 18th. 19th was Michael Pardusky. I'm so sorry if I messed up some of these guys' names. We'll get their names a little bit better if they ever come on the podcast, hopefully, or maybe during a race. But I'm butchering these at the start of the season. I apologize. So and then 20th we got Dustin Coggin, 21st John Buell, 22nd Johnny Barker, 23rd Arabia Caton, 24th Brandon Finley, 25th is Greg, and 26th Nick Larson. And that's all that took the green flag with us.
How many started?
26. I got everybody
okay.
made laps. Yep. Nick was
Yep.
84 laps down, so he went out on laps. I think he was having. He seemed like he was blinking or something. I'm not really sure. Rob might know a little bit because they are teammates, but
Yeah, Nick is having, um, unfortunately, he's having PC issues,
yeah.
and to the point where he is looking to purchase a PC this week. So, actually,
Oh wow.
there's going to be a couple Wolfpack members of new PCs.
The
I'm not
Wolfpack
sure.
members are loading up on new
I'm
PCs.
not sure if it's.
Oh
I'm
man,
not sure if they're.
who's paying for those?
Well, Greg, you've been on the Wolfpack. You know we pay our drivers pretty well, and you know,
Yeah, except for that rusted out bucket you gave me to drive a couple years ago.
so no, Johnny Barker just ordered a new PC yesterday. He won't have it for this weekend, but he'll have it next week. And
Uh-huh.
I know Nick was having a lot of problems just getting iRacing load. Period. So um, both of them crashed out and ended up watching. I streamed my cockpit view to them on Discord, and they ended up watching it from there. So, but yeah, it was a tough race for the Wolfpack.
Well, the other three of you finished in the top 10, so it wasn't too bad.
Oh yeah, Eli finished
You,
seventh.
Eli,
Yeah,
and Steve. Yep.
yeah. Steve was sixth, but
Yep.
you know it
So
would have been nice to have Johnny and Nick there. Nick is a Nick and Johnny are two really good pushers. Um,
yeah, Nick's really good at drafting.
yes, he is, and you know that's one Nick's circles on his calendar.
Well, the
But
thing is you get too committed to your teammates, and I mean, it didn't work out for the my old team, the Penny Stackers. I mean,
no, and
I thought they had it when they had the front three cars there for a while, and especially on that, like I said, coming to the white flag, they were the last 5 laps of that race, or ever since like the last restart. I think we had a green white checker or something, but it wasn't in overtime.
yeah,
So
what I was impressed by was the three guys that finished one, two, three, not teammates. They
yeah, they all came out of nowhere.
they just hooked up and
Huh.
they were lone wolves at that point because their teammates had wrecked out and they were
Yep.
forced to make something happen out of nothing. And well, the old adage is you make chicken salad out of chicken shit. And those three guys definitely proved that right because
Well,
you know
it didn't work out for the one. Kip was up there too. Kip was the one that was
yeah
that started third on that last restart on the
yeah
outside, because it was Kip pushing Pogo, pushing Cody, and they were pretty committed to each other. And until that last lap, I think Joe kind of got in there a little bit, and it was really exciting. Both of these finishes for both races were really exciting.
yeah with two to
So
go, I actually had cleared Pogo. I was on the bottom line. And I said I should get up, and then I said, no, it's too early. I don't want to be up there yet. Um, I wish I had because that was the line to go. But I was sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, if you get a wreck, usually it goes up the track first, wipes out the top line. And I didn't think we were going to survive till turn four or coming off turn four. And I wanted to be on the bottom line because that's your best chance to avoid the chaos. And just poor decision making on my
the
part.
yeah, the restart, the outside line actually got a better restart if I recall, and because me and Jim, obviously teammates of Pogo, we were sitting there and were yelling, get down," and he's like, "No, I already told Cody I'm committed to him." Because the front two were
Yeah.
clear of the three penny stackers on the inside, and then eventually that inside line got rolling, and the top line kind of dropped back a bit, and I was like, I don't know if they can make a run again, and then
It,
I think what happened, oh yeah, Joe hopped up in front
yes, Joe
of the
moved up.
outside line. That's how Joe
Joe
got to the
moved
front.
up, and then
Yep, and they pulled that line forward, and then he got in front of Kenny,
when he
and
just before he moved up, I could have got up in front of a couple of them. My spotter
yep,
said I was clear, and I just thought it was too early.
yeah, they dropped back quite a bit. Like there was chances for other people to drop or hop up.
So Brandon,
So
I want to ask you: is there a little it has to be a little. I'm not gonna say uncomfortable, but it's gotta be like walking on eggshells right now for you because your teammate Pogo in post race interview, he kind of put the smackdown on the penny stackers and he kind of smacked him around a little bit and especially singled out Kenny and um I know you still have some loyalties over there, so it's kind of got you in the middle.
yeah, I like it because it's bringing out some personality and like that'll make it more fun for Brett during the broadcast. Which I'm not gonna say Brett might have influenced how we might interact with him when we get interviewed, because Brett also is racing with us on Friday nights. So and we'll
Yeah,
get
we'll,
into
we'll
the
get to
Friday
that.
night race eventually, but yeah, we have the announcer racing with us, so he might be encouraging us to try to bring a little bit more personality to the booth.
And
Nothing wrong with that.
I want to point out
So
that
I will
there.
say Pogo really embraced him like Kyle Busch esque
Oh
ness
yes,
there,
and
and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
yeah,
Like I still enjoy my old teammates. Like I'm still in a team chat with them, and yeah, but
uh,
I enjoy my new team. Like they're fun, they're aggressive, and it's just gonna make racing a little bit
there was
more
a
interesting. And I
there was
like it, and it's gonna bring a different side of me out hopefully, and like gets me a little bit more aggressive. Because usually I'm the conservative kind of racer, but I don't foresee that being how I am this year. I'm
and
not gonna be as give and take.
there was a whole thing on either DBC or Dale Jr. Download. I can't remember which one this week about the drivers they had to stop being cookie cutter. It was DBC because they were discussing Jimmy Spencer last week on the show and
Yep.
how personality that last week Jimmy Spencer, a guy that hasn't raced in 20 plus years, um, they had their highest ratings and views and listens of like 2 or 3 seasons. So, um,
Wow.
that personality's good, and I was just shocked a little bit. I didn't transparency. I didn't listen to any of their interviews till this morning, and I was like, wow, this is a different side of the champ that the defending champ we haven't seen before. So it was
Well,
good, and
I do know Kenny or Pogo does like Kenny. Like we've talked about that before. Like he does. It's not like he hates Kenny. It was just also like you got to think like kind of heat of the moment too. Like we are getting like right out of a race there. Like there is
oh
emotion.
yeah, yeah,
It's
no,
sim
no, it's all
racing,
good.
so there's a little bit of emotion behind that, but also like escalated up too. I'm sure. Like
And let's not forget there was cold hard cash on the line. So
yep.
there was $25 courtesy of Jeff Barefoot and Riptide Radio. I want to thank Jeff and plug his beloved Riptide Radio for him. Jeff put $25. We had a cash award. Went to Cody Meadows, and Cody, the racer he said, "Hey, give it to me in iRacing credits." So shot that over to him as soon as the race was over Sunday night, and thanks
Cool.
Jeff. And we're gonna
Yeah,
have some other giveaways throughout the season down the road.
with Cody or with Chris winning on Friday too. He does not race Sunday, so the double down was gone after the Friday winner. So that was kind
Let
of
that,
a bummer. I was hoping that'd be like a little story topic that Brett could talk about, but
yeah.
we didn't get that far.
So
So
let's Cody's.
do I owe Pogo $75 for not winning?
I am not sure.
No, I
Or
don't
no,
think.
Kenny.
Don't tell him.
Kenny.
Don't tell him.
No, I mean, I think it was. I think it was if Kenny had won on Friday night, that wasn't it the double up deal.
Well, then you were like, "Is that for everybody?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was gonna end up being for everybody." So yeah.
Yeah. So
Very generous.
we got our winner from Sunday night, Cody Meadows in, and I just want to point out that Cody and Brandon, I believe. Well, actually, Steve's gonna do it this year too, but Cody, Brandon, and Steve are the only racers that I know of that are racing all 3 seasons this year. So
Wow.
they're
Some
racing the
dedication.
358 race,
Gonna
the
try
series
to.
on Tuesday
Gonna
night.
try to. Them dirt cars. They give it to me.
So joining us now, we have the winner from the Riptide Radio 250, driver of the number 19 car, the Bass Pro Shops, Toyota, Cody Meadows. Cody, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
So your interview, it was one of the most refreshing interviews I've heard in our league ever. You could hear the emotion in your voice. You could hear that you were just literally blown away by it. Um, can you tell us a little bit about what was going through your mind the last, let's say, 3 laps after that we went green for the green white checkers?
Well, that's a good way to start. But it's considering how the night was going, it really everything was up in the air. When I took the green flag, my mind was I'm gonna push the absolute life out of whoever's in front of me and then go from there. Well, like not even halfway down the back stretch, um I think Brandon, he shot me one of the private messages like, hey, Pogo will stick with you, just stay up with him. And I was thinking, okay, well, here we go. Here's my a little bit of leeway, because regardless of how super speedway races goes, you have to have people or someone with you. You can't win that thing on your own. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the greatest in the world. If you don't have someone behind you, you're sitting duck. So when I had that in mind, and then the 11 came down, my everything in my mind just completely flew away. It was just, excuse language, but ass was grass at that moment, because I'm horrible at leading. I can push for days, but I still haven't gotten the being in the up front down. But when everything was coming into place, it was rough, it was scary, and then coming down that last 100 feet, seeing the checkered flag, it's almost like your mind goes blank for a second, because you're so zoned in that situation. And then as soon as like the reality check hit, as I'm going the few inches across that start finish line, it hits you like a ton of bricks, and I just started screaming. My teammate, my good buddy, Christian, he came in. I'm pretty sure I deafened him, because it was like nonstop yell for the first into turn one. And then from there, halfway down the backstretch, it was trying to catch my breath. And then from the backstretch to the front stretch, it was trying just to bask in the moment of what really just happened.
That's cool. When you were coming up to the finish line, did you realize you had it won, or did it not sink in until you saw, like you said, that first couple inches of stripes underneath your car?
I had no idea. It was that it's kind of like that moment of you're side by side with somebody and you cross the finish line. You have that excitement, that rush that hits you immediately, and then that reality check of, oh my god, did I actually get it, or did I get second place?
Yep.
That hits strong. And then when Christian just yells at me, just, you got it, you got it. I was like, that's when everything just flew. it's it's a I haven't had that feeling since I won the actual Daytona 500 in iRacing this year, which I know it wasn't this year, it was year before last. I got the 500 win, and the worst part about that is I'm pretty sure I woke up everybody in my house, because it was like 2 in the morning, and just the scream that just screeched through my house crossing that finish line was. It's a feeling that no one can explain. I mean, you can win 100 races. However, when you get those like big events, that being the special events or league races, it's a whole different rush. It's stupid. It's hard to explain because you can be like the best in the world at this and you could win every day or whatever, but when you get those like special moments, it makes all of them go to shame.
What were
So,
your
so
expectations going into the race?
yeah,
You really don't want to know.
I was gonna say, kind of like leading off that, like you're going into that race with, as you said, Christian. He didn't race, so you're going in there without your teammate. Like, how do you survive for 100 laps? Because I know you and Pogo also got into it earlier in the race, and you guys were kind of like giving it to each other at one point in the middle of the race. And Rob even said, "All right, that's it, drop it."
The
So
funny,
like, it's funny that you guys ended up working together at the end of the race.
well, when it gets down to the wire like that, it it kind of wraps everything. But the funny thing with that situation, it wasn't even nothing bad. Like no contact was really made between us. It was just what had happened was I was avoiding a wreck. I went to the apron, and Pogo went to the apron too. However, there's only so much room on that apron, and
Yeah.
he caught the grass too and was like in my door. And I got annoyed with it. I'm like, what's going on? I mean, I'm trying to avoid it, and you're right beside me, and you was behind me. What's the deal here? But when it gets to the bottom line, we're all racing for the same thing. And when it comes to the super speedways, like I said before, you can hate someone, you could be best friends with them. But when it comes down to you being nose to tail, it's either you work together or you're going to the back.
Yep.
It's fair,
Keep your friends
plain and
close. You're
simple.
on a closer.
It's cool that you still got to share that with Christian in a way, because like I know he's the one that kind of reminded you that you were on the roster to race.
Yeah,
You kind
like
of.
I
So that's
raced
cool.
the duels, but again, before that, he's like, "Hey, you running?" I'm thinking, I mean, I'm running the modifieds when that comes around. He's like, "You know, you're in the cup, right?" And I was like, "What?" That was the end of the conversation. It was like, "You're racing." I was like, "Huh?" And so that's when I reached out to you like a few days later. I'm like, "Hey,
Yep.
what's going on?" But yeah.
Rob, you got
So,
anything for you got
who's
any
your
questions
Yeah.
you want to ask Cody?
who's your
Greg, you got something?
inspiration for racing?
For racing,
Yeah, who got
um,
you into it? Like your childhood star. Who did you who influenced you to get into racing most?
well, this, um, it's kind of interesting actually. So I did, I grew up, and the big star for me, and it will always be Dale Jr., regardless, hands down. But at the time, I wasn't really into racing much. I knew him, I liked him, I loved the car. But my cousin raced real life. He raced the mini wedges back then. This was God 2004. Um but that kind of got me wrapped around actually like watching it and then getting involved with it. And then I was diehard for a while, and then just racing kind of vanished. Like I was young. I couldn't get into watching a bunch of cars go around in circles. I mean, that for a kid, that's kind of boring. But um, fast forward to about 2017, 18 ish. Um, I got back into NASCAR, and really, what this is kind of funny, and I praise this driver, and I will get criticized to hell and back for it, but what really got me back into racing was Martinsville playoff picture, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin. Danny sends Chase into the wall, and I, till this day, have been an Elliott fan. And then just a few weeks, months later, I got back into watching sprint cars, and I seen Jeff Favagano play a little game on his PC called Iracing. And I was like, okay, I need to do this. I want to do this, but how do I do this? So then I got my wheel, I got my PC, and from then it's history. I've raced practically almost everything on the service, from the jumpy trucks to the sprint cars, late models, the endurance races. I've practically done it all. And I've got too much money into this game. And NASCAR is kind of my comeback to. I've always liked it. And now more than ever, because I'm older, I can get it. I can wheel the car quite easy. Um, I want to make a run for the pro outlaw stuff at one point time whenever I can, or if I can at that, because I know they're professionals. I mean, I'm just sitting at home not knowing a lick about race cars or setups or anything. I'm just getting in the car and driving, and that's a bit difficult in one sense, because when you're alone and don't really know that know-how, racing's hard. But if you get like in the fix stuff, and then you get teammates and friends, and then you got the setup shops that you can be a part of. I unfortunately am not. It lightens that load for you like drastically, and but it's really just coming out and having fun at this level. I mean, meeting all you guys, Christian being the great teammate he is and dragging my ass along. it's it's just it's hard to explain in some sense, because it's just when you have fun with it, and it's just everything's falling into place. I'm meeting new people, getting to this higher ish level. It's going up the stepping stool, and I pray to God I can get better and better and better.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll say, Cody, it was pretty special Sunday night when you won that race, and it's that that emotion and that feel good story, and just hearing the joy in your voice is what we do this for. We do it for the camaraderie, we do it for the good times, and it can be stressful and it can be antagonistic at times. Um, but what we heard from you just reinforces why, over the last 6 seasons, um, Brandon and I and the admins have stuck through it, and there's been times it's been difficult. It's you want to beat your head against the wall, and um, but that moment with you is just illustrates why we do this, and I want to thank you for the joy and the inspiration that you've brought into this in the last week.
I mean, it's what we do. We come out here. We are in our homes or setups or big rigs or whatever, if you can afford that. And then you don't, like for me, I don't have the money to go out and race a race car, but I can get on here and spend however much and what little time, and I can feel like I'm out there doing it. I mean, I would love to be in that situation, but from for now, for me, this is what I got. This is what I'm gonna put my mind to. I mean, I have fun with it. I enjoy it. And when you can just go out, get that rush. I mean, like literally just Saturday, the the previous day, I ran a Coke 600, and got absolutely destroyed by some team drama BS. And to turn that around from that just absolutely horrible race night to the season opener at Daytona, it's not like a mile and a half and you can just go out and have fun and just beat and bang. No, you are nose to tail praying to God you can just finish the race.
Yep.
And it's a whole. I mean, even if that was a short track, it would still bring that same rush because it's a wild card. You can't just win Martinsville or you can't just win Daytona or Dega. It's a lot more that goes into it. I mean, short tracks, you got strategy and tire management, freaking super speedways. It's friends, it's knowing who you're around. Like, there was a point in time that I got terrified because there was a checkup and I had to go in the middle, and I stayed in the middle for what, 3-4 laps. That was terrifying because I know the risk at those tracks, and that early in the run, you don't want to go 3 wide with it like 2 laps in or however many. It's risky.
Hey,
So,
not to cut you short, but we're up against time crunch here. We got 2 more guys to get in, so I want to thank you for coming out tonight, and I am sure we'll be talking to you again on the podcast before the season's out.
Yeah. Have a good one, Rob.
You have a great night too, Cody.
Thanks, Cody.
Greg, Brandon.
Okay. So that's our winner from Sunday night, Cody Meadows. And now we're bringing in our 3rd place finisher from Friday night's Busch Series race, Joey, and I hope I'm getting this right, Gattina. He's also the founder of Sim 500, and we just wanted to bring him in and have a chat. Touch base a little bit on the Busch Series Friday night and his thoughts around that. But I really want to get to know Joey a little bit and hear about his sim journey. So Joey, welcome to the 802 iRacing Leagues podcast. How you doing tonight?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, it's Joey. How you doing?
Well, just coming here to talk to you guys. Just finished up. My wife actually cooked dinner for the first time, and I don't know when, so it's an amazing night altogether.
It works out well.
Any leftovers?
Oh, there's plenty of leftovers. Yeah.
Save some for us.
So, Joey and I have a mutual acquaintance. My good friend Steve Ritter has raced a Sim 500 for a few years, and he speaks highly of the guys who are Sim 500. So, Joey, let's start off first. Real quick, Friday night you raced our Busch Series, the first race ever in that series. What were your thoughts on the race, how you went, and overall what you saw?
Well, I hope Brandon's okay up there. But I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I don't think anybody really did. You get a bunch of guys that just come in to run, of all things, a super speedway race, and it was probably one of the best ones I've ever been a part of. It was great to see guys. I know we had fuel on our mind there for a little while, but to see everybody have the same common goal, and that was to, we all got in a line. It was beautiful. Guys weren't taking a run and trying to pass every single time they got a snip of a run. It was fun. It was nice to see strategy get a chance to play out, and that everybody there was on the same page to put on a good race. And I think you got it.
Yeah, I'm fine. I am good. I am good, Joey. Thanks for the concern. Yeah, me and Rob kind of lost the pack Friday night, so we didn't get to see the racing that close up. But I mean, like, I will say, like, we were expecting caution before we all had to pit, and so we could catch up, and it just never happened. The race stayed green until I think everybody cycled through. I can't remember. I'm the one that initiated the first big wreck because I blew up.
Well, I can tell
ran
you.
Her a little hot, but
the first caution was on lap.
It had to have been over halfway.
Nope, it was like 30. I was the first one out.
No, we're talking
No, we're talking on
Friday night.
Friday night.
Yeah, sorry, Greg. Yeah, Friday night because Joey. I don't think Joey raced Sunday.
There was 4 cautions. It was lap 53.
Yeah, so it's over halfway. Like we'd
Lap
run
53
really
was the
far.
first caution. It was for your teammate Jeff Pogo.
Well, it was me blowing up in front of him.
Yes, but officially says cautions for slowing car involving 97 in their event
Oh,
log.
good. It wasn't me. I didn't cause the caution, guys. Did not have anything to do. I didn't have anything to do with that.
But to your point, Brandon, like it was like lap 3, you were like 8 tenths behind me, and I'm with the pack. And I'm like, oh, I'll just drop back 4 tenths, pick you'll get my
We
draft.
thought more were gonna
and
drop with us.
I thought the dirt guys that were right ahead of us in the dirt league would drop back with us, being that we were dirt racers too. And they kept motoring away, and I'm like, oh, this ain't no problem. We'll get a caution, and we didn't. But Joey, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you've created with Sim 500, your sim racing journey, if you would.
Well, I think I don't know how long I've been doing the sim racing thing. It's been, I don't know, 20 plus years, 2016, 2000. I don't know. But I found sim racing by mistake. I was actually searching for a friend of mine that was running the Southern All Star Dirt Series, and I ran across a Southern All Star Sim Racing League, and I was like, "What is this?" And it was on NASCAR 2003. I'm sure everybody here's probably had their
Yep.
time in the sand with that, and I ended up buying a wheel and buying the disc, and I was hooked. 2 divorces later. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, I just fell in love with it, and I mean, obviously, racing, I have a passion for it, and I attempted to have a professional career, but the sport's changed a lot now. It's more, well, it's got nothing to do with the driver making money, and I personally wanted to make some money for my time. I thought that's kind of what race car drivers did today, but or did, but that's not how it works anymore. But we got to do some fun stuff. I did a truck start for Norm Benning at Gateway, and then ran a couple Talladega races in the ARCA Series. Went down to Daytona in the ARCA Series. I mean, it's tough for a blue collar guy. And what I hate the most about it is, as a kid sitting in the stands at Talladega, just dreaming to be on the other side of that fence. And I was able to do that with the Dale Jarrett Racing Adventure. I was an instructor there for many, many years. So I had tons of laps at Talladega. So doing my speedway test in ARCA wasn't pretty much, it was easy. I just dropped the hammer and put it up against the wall, ran 3 laps, and ARCA said, you're good. But at the end of the day, sim racing's always been here. It's still, it does everything that you, or gives you everything that you want from racing, minus all the things that suck about racing, and that's fixing a car, that's sweating, being on the road, all those things. I can come up to the room and race, and I hate the dream of being a race car driver for kids. Again, talking about being in the stands and looking down. Even your local short tracks they're almost impossible for a blue collar family to afford to run anymore. So that's where sim racing comes into play. It's a realistic option for a father, a son. There's a lot of fathers and sons I've raced with. I think that's so cool. But the hobby itself, I mean, you look at our rigs, and some of our rigs are like a classic car. I mean, we spend so much money on them. They become a work of art. So I race now. I started out at RSR way back in the day, and then my first series I put together was at Sim 500. A different guy in the league, and matter of fact, it was Brad Keselowski's brother, Brian. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Brian from back in the day, but Brian and I did 2 series on Friday and Saturday, and then I kind of went off and did my own stuff. And then Brian, I think that's right when he was doing all the winning in ARCA and was making his moves. So here we are today. I had a league. It kind of got stolen or taken from me. That league's no longer in business. And then that process, I knew I was going to start a league back up because I'm not very good at sim racing. I always tell people that from a driver's perspective, if you can drive a simulator, you can't drive a real race car. You're not worth a damn in a real race car because it's two different things. You have to have your rear feel the car. That's what moves the wheel. That's what pushes the gas pedal. That's what moves the brakes. Sim racing, it's like a real driver is a paraplegic sitting behind a computer because you can't feel anything. So that's why I always give all my buddies hell that are actually good at this stuff, that they are not very good race car drivers in real life. But anyway, so yeah, man, we just love doing this. Have a lot of fun, a lot of years invested in it. Um, but man, it's been a blast. It's been a great hooking up with you guys, with Joe, what he's doing on Thursdays. That's kind of how we met with you, you guys, and looking forward to seeing how we kind of work things out in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Joe, I recognized your name when you popped up there. February 10th, 2022, you were a guest on my podcast, the Sim Racing Podcast. We talked about your ARCA series and the Sim 500. So I just wanted to jump in there and say, I know that name.
Very cool.
Yeah, Joe, I was really impressed. You know, Joe reached in recruitment with us and says to run our Xfinity Series or Busch Series on Friday night, and then he asked Brandon and I to go over and run your limited Xfinity Series on Thursday nights. And you know, Daytona's Daytona for the first race. You really don't know what a series is like just off that one race, or you don't get a clear picture. Um, and the next week we went to Vegas, week 2, and I qualified like third quick, and I was like, boy, I know there's going to be a wreck here, and I just kind of faded back. I actually bailed out of line at one, you know, like lap 2 or something, and went to the back, and I just wanted to ride and get some laps under me, and we had one caution that whole race. I was like, oh boy, I pulled the shoe way too early, and I was just super impressed with the league, and for a league that's capped at 2,800 I rating, um, those guys don't race like 2,800 I rating. They race like, you know, 3 to 4,000, if not higher. So, um, you guys do an awesome
Speaking
job.
of those guys, I race those guys. Like I'm in the truck league with you guys too, and it's it's like racing professional race car drivers out there. It feels like half of them have been associated with professional racing. I can tell just by like their etiquette and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Like I love driving the trucks with you guys. Like the big dogs, as like Joe called them to me when I was like, hey, can I join the truck league too? And he's like, yeah, sure, just put a thing in there. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, a lot of those guys, like I said, a lot of us have been doing this longer than we care to talk about, but a lot of these guys are former, I guess, before it was the Coke series, the DWC, whatever. Chad Coleman, Byron Daly. Man, I think Mike Kelly was involved in that. I mean, there's so many guys that were like the original OGs of iRacing. I mean, we're all, it is hilarious. Like, I've seen pictures of all the guys, and now everybody's fat and gray headed. So it's the full cycle, and we're still racing together. Sim 500 in iRacing turns 9 next year, and
Wow.
I was like, man, if I could get it to 10 years, then I think I'm good. And then I started thinking about what am I gonna do? And then next thing I know, I start building a new rig, and but I love it, and it's like you tell we try with rules and everything. You know, I love racing in general. I think if you respect the sport and understand it, you really don't need rules. I actually trying to remember his name. He ran the league for Dale Jr. At DMP years and years ago, and that's when you had Danny and Martin Truex and Keselowski and all those guys racing in an invite-only league. And Dan Denayer is his name, and I talked to Dan so many times, like, Dan, what are we doing wrong? What can we do better? And he said, man, that when we had our league at its best is when we took the rules out of it and we just raced. And I tried it and I did it for years. We didn't have rules, and it was easy for me to come in as an admin and run in the league to just do what we wanted to do, race, have fun. But there's also guys that take that to another level when you give them enough respect. Some guys, it's not everybody, but you know, we're throwing a bunch of rules out there right now on some of our premiere nights. Don't really see it changing or racing it much, really. We don't have any rules as far as on Thursday is concerned, other than an EOL, and we're really not even policing that. It just comes down to what the guys want. The mentality of the drivers. It's tough. Everybody's got to buy in. If everybody buys into what we're trying to accomplish each and every night, you don't need a book of rules. But I know we all face it with leagues. We try to make them as fun and as creative and as caution free as we can make them. But it just depends on the track and how the day went for most guys to whether you're going to get a good race or not. So we have good races, we have bad races, and we have a bad race. I try to get off the computer as fast as I can and move on to the next day.
We have just a couple minutes left for our next guest. I have one last question for you. You're gonna be racing Friday night with us, right? This coming Friday night.
Absolutely.
Rockingham. What are your thoughts on that?
I wish they'd repave it. I think Iracing's got so many great tools at their hands that we could get some fantasy tracks. We could take tracks and make them better than they currently are. But I like Rockingham. I mean, it's going to be fun. It's a challenge. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite tracks, but we've shut down our Midnight Thunder series on Fridays. We've closed down on Sundays. So I was hoping to run with you guys Sunday night, but we didn't have to, but we went down the Saints game and suffered another loss. But we did get to see our starting quarterback.
Yo, I'm jealous. I'm a Saints fan here. So I'm a Saints fan all the way up here in New York. Big Saints fan.
I've been to every game this year except for the 49ers, and I hate that I didn't make that one.
Yeah. It's been a miserable few years ever since Drew Brees left.
Yes, it has. But the good news is they'll have another early draft pick that they'll make a horrible mistake with, and we'll have another bad year. But who knows?
That's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for Arch.
For the last 8
just years. As bad as he is, that's what they want. I know it.
I don't think Arch is coming out next year. I think his.
Well, I don't think we're gonna be any better next year. So we'll still have a high pick.
That quarterback at Alabama is somebody to watch out for. That's I've said it. I think he's kind of like your Tom Brady, the next Tom Brady. He is first year starting. What he's done at Alabama is absolutely amazing.
I hope we get somebody, but all right, Joe. I think Rob said we had about a couple minutes, so
yeah,
it's always good talking to you.
We got the winner from Friday night here with us. Joey, I want to thank you, and looking forward to having you and your guys race with us on Friday and Sunday nights going forward.
Yeah, and the 9 should thank me. I believe I gave him a push to the out front there. So, anyways,
Chris is in. I just brought Chris in, so see you Friday.
Good to talk to you,
I'll see you tonight if you're racing tonight, Joey.
So, joining us now is the inaugural race winner, not just the season opening race winner, the inaugural race winner. He's put his name in the 802 iRacing League's history books as winning our first ever Busch Series race. And that's driver number 9, Chris Mackey. Chris, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, guys. How are you?
Not bad.
He did not see it coming unless he was looking in the mirror. That's where he saw the checker flag, because the picture I got, he is backwards across the line. Wild finish.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't think I've ever crossed the finish line backwards before. that was fun.
How'd it feel?
Honestly, in the moment, I was worried, so I didn't really get to enjoy it as much because I thought when he spun me, he got around me.
Yeah.
So I got across the line, and it took my whole cooldown lap before like the guys in my Discord were like, "No, you got it, you got it." I was like, "Oh man!" And so the excitement was a little delayed for it, but I mean, it was definitely nerve-wracking. That is for sure. I thought I had both lanes covered pretty good, and I was not expecting him to actually get all the way up to my left rear like that. So, but it all worked out. So,
Congratulations.
4,000th a second backwards.
Yeah, wow.
And that was his only lap led too. So that's very, very awesome. I mean,
yep.
You do have, like you said, you got your teammates there. So there's a few. I think there's 4 of you guys, right?
Yep. There's 4 of us.
Yep. So you guys' first race, obviously racing with us. I mean, what was the 4 of your guys' strategies? Did you want to get out and control the race, or like were you guys laying back? I mean,
mine was. I mean, my teammates, we all kind of had we all each kind of had different strategy. I mean, I think 3 of us ended up getting together just at the very back of the field. With it being first race of the year, my first time around a lot of the guys and things like that, and Daytona, I just chose to ride in the back the entire race basically. And then I think I told them with like 10 to go, is when I would actually start to try to get up to the front. And was able to miss a wreck. I think I was sitting in like 12th or 13th and missed a wreck, and that put me like 7th or 8th or so. So it was a little bit easier to make my way, back up to the front from there. But my whole idea was just ride and kind of avoid the trouble. So I'm glad that that's what I did. I think I'm the only one of my teammates that no, Larry was there at the end with me too. I think he got caught up in something towards the end, but
Yeah, I'm looking. Actually, while we're going through this, I can do the quick results while we're doing this. So, obviously, our winner Chris is with us, and then we had Dominic Wright second, Joey Gattina, who was just with us, finished third. Frank Zingen finished fourth. So Frank top fives in both races. Only one that did that. Very impressive by Frank. Shane Billings finished fifth. Larry Bell, your teammate, finished sixth. Joe Hudson seventh. Dustin Coggin eighth. Kenny Real ninth. John Buell 10th. Matt Barber 11th. Logan Kogar 12th, Jamot 13th, Tanner White 14th, Rob Lowell finished 15th, Jason Wiley 16th, Rick Kennedy Jr. 17th, Kevin Roy 18th, Tanner Marr 19th, Michael Pardusky 20th, Cody Gibson 21st, Ron Holyfield 22nd, Steve Ritter 23rd, Brett Hahn 24th. Brett, with all of his wheel damage, beat me. Smacked the wall, lap one, had to disconnect and reconnect multiple times, comes back and beats me. Shane Tatro 25th, Jeff Pogo 26th, myself 27th, and John Brudeler. I messed that one up. Sorry, John. 28th. That's everybody, but yeah, I mean,
So I
just
something-
you and Larry up there.
yeah, me and Larry made it to the end.
Something I just noticed as you're reading the results, Brandon, and Brett, we talked a little bit about the drama and the personalities coming through. I'm gonna help that out a little bit here. So we ran 180 laps at Daytona. Penny Stackers led 116 laps of the 180.
Oh yeah.
And they got shut out. You talk
Oh.
about having to have bile in
I
your
didn't say it
throat
first.
at the end of the race.
Buffalo Bills. Four Super Bowls in a row, and they lose all of them.
See, and here I was trying to pump them up a little bit, be like, "Oh, Frank got 2 top fives," and you brought it right back down, like we're against them.
Well, no, I'm not. But like, I was looking at how many laps. I mean, the disgusting part is they led 51 laps of 80 in the Busch race.
I mean,
they only led like 60 laps in the Cup race. So I mean, I know if that would have been me, I would have been. It's a tale of two stories, right? Like two cities. You're really happy because you pretty much dominated, but you're like the Denny Hamlin of the league. You didn't close it out when it was time to close it out.
And that's the case most times at super speedways.
Oh, it is.
I've never enjoyed running up front most of the race there.
But I
think if those races stay green, it's easier to control. But when you get restarts that are green, white checkers or like less than 5 to go, it really becomes a crapshoot because most of the time the teammates are going to line up instead of wanting to try to control both lanes. They're going to want to all stick together.
Well, not only that.
Or sometimes as a team, it's almost better like let's lead both lanes, and then like if they want to make the choice to go 3 wide, then so be it. But
going in there, Kenny, not this isn't a bad on Kenny, but the sights were on Kenny. Like he was the guy everyone was worried about, and by that you knew you're going to worry about that team in particular. And I don't think there was another team out there that was going to work with them. Well, maybe you and Pogo, because of your loyalties there. But I don't think there was many other teams that were going to work with them. And if they didn't stay right together, you were like, I saw John Buell. He got dumped once by a couple guys because, they moved him out of the line and got rid of him because you got to whittle down that pack of team cars when you can. But
being on that team last year, I know they worked together good. We all worked together really good, and so
and guys are gonna when
they'll
they know that
they stay committed to each other most
Oh,
of the time.
absolutely. They're very good at that. And because of that, they were kind of had a target on their shoulders. But
Yeah, well,
um,
and that's the other thing too. Sometimes when you stay too committed to each other, it can burn you.
yeah,
Instead of being like, no, I got to take what I got to do here for myself now.
I was surprised they didn't try to control both lanes.
That's what I would have thought Kenny would have tried to do was have some. He would have tried to control the outside lane, like instead of dropping down each restart.
Yeah, yeah. That surprised
Control
me.
both lanes, but
Yeah, and then
I think it's just because they also just didn't have the numbers up there. I think there's only three of them up there each race.
Yeah.
So
Chris,
it's,
let's you're an admin in another series, another league
Yep.
that Brandon and I and Johnny and some of the other guys are racing in. You got just a couple minutes left. Why don't you give that a plug while you're here?
Yeah.
'Cause
So I'm
we try to
actually a
help each other
couple.
out.
So when is your Cup Series on Sunday, right?
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure I don't overflow, because I'm actually an admin for about 4 different leagues. So when you guys are running in, we're starting up. We got our All-American Racing Series. It's Xfinity cars, just like the Busch League here, and we, me, Cody Gibson, Tanner Marr, Saturday nights, 8 o'clock sessions open up. There is no fast repairs. We're doing 80% of the actual Xfinity race length, so decent races. We're gonna do some cash prizes to the All-Star Race winner. We got an in-season tournament. We're gonna do a trophy to the season champion. Trying to kind of have some fun with a little 4-race championship round. That way, it's not determined with just one race or anything like that. So we would love to have everybody that we could. I enjoy racing with everybody in this league so far. I'm glad. I really appreciate you guys coming over and wanting to run that one as well. And you guys, anyone else ever needs anything to do, like tonight, Wednesday night, we're hosting a recruitment race for a full send racing league that I've started up. It's a next gen car. And we'd love to have anyone out there that wants to come race. So I appreciate the opportunity, Rob and Brandon, and look forward to the rest of the season over here at the 802 League, man. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and I meant to reach out today to you. I want to, the league wants to sponsor one of your races on Saturday night. I'll get with you later on this week here, and we'll figure out what race and stuff. And I know you put it out today about some sponsorship, and I definitely want to do that. So
that would be absolutely awesome.
It'll be the podcast.
I'm glad to hear that.
It'll be the podcast sponsoring it. So.
yeah, we can get with you on that. I had fun racing that race last week.
Oh, it was
Finished
a lot of fun.
second fuel mileage race. Whoever won had fuel mileage, but a lot of fun. I love the Xfinity car. I mean, this is that's 3 nights in a row now that I'll be racing them.
It is. I think it's the best car.
Yeah, it's
you have to drive it, and that makes it nice. And dirty air doesn't absolutely kill you. And
I don't like it at plate tracks.
Yeah, I could see that.
The rest of the tracks so
just
much fun.
because you blew yours up, but
I blew everything up this weekend.
Yes.
That don't matter.
There's a reason why we started this Friday Night League. It's because we honestly wanted a year ago to move our Sunday Night League to the Xfinity car, and there was such pushback from our guys that are just diehard next gen that we didn't do it last year. And Brandon and I and a couple of other guys just didn't want to go another season without running this car. So that's where our Friday night season came out from. And Chris, I know you're up against a hard stop. You got stuff going on tonight. Any other shout outs you want to give before you hop off?
Just the league, man. The league, 802 Racing League. Y'all are putting on a good show, good product. I really appreciate it, and you guys for having us. I'll give a shout out to my teammates, 5 Kings Motorsports. It's Tanner Marr, Cody Gibson, Larry Bell. We got a good team over there working. We run basically 7 nights a week together, so that's nice to have. And that's really all I got, man. I really appreciate the time to have me on, and glad to get the first one out of the way. And hopefully I can come hop on the podcast a few more times this year after winning a few more races.
I got a feeling we're probably going to see you again.
I sure hope so, man. I sure hope so. Daytona was more luck than skill, but hopefully, throughout the season I can kind of show my skill too. So really appreciate it.
Well, congratulations.
Right, yeah, good job. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, man. You guys have a great night.
So that was Chris Mackey, our inaugural winner for our Busch Series. So, Greg, what do you got going on in the sim world or going on here this week with
You can start practicing for Rockingham. Like I told you earlier today, I spent another couple hours on the old Medicaid plan, so that's out of the way finally, so I can practice for Rockingham. Doing a repaint for Sunday Night League, and just doing a lot of practice. I haven't really spent much time on Rockingham, so we'll see how that goes.
There's a session open tonight, Greg.
Yeah, it's getting past my bedtime. I'm a little bit. Man, whereabouts in New York are you?
Upstate New York, like right. I could throw a rock to the Canadian border. I could throw a rock to the Vermont border. I'm in a little town, Rouse's Point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm about 3 hours south of you, down in by Catskill.
Yep.
Brandon, what's your week
Cool.
look like?
I got the Sim 500 Truck League tonight.
And then tomorrow night we got the Sim
The
500
Sim 5
Xfinity League, Limited Xfinity League.
And then I
Friday
got
night,
our Busch, and then I got. I'm busy the rest of the week. This will be the only night, or no. Yeah, I think their Truck League ends soon, so that'll free up my Wednesday nights eventually. Because I think right around that same time on Tuesday nights, the Dirt League is gonna start. And Rob, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did a coast to coast league with Dean the other day.
yeah.
Might have been Monday. They were hosting some memorial races. I should probably just give that. And then so I was like, oh, it's just hosted. I don't have to like be in the league right now, which so I jump in the session and it's got like Anthony Morano and like all them like big dirt guys, right?
Yeah.
So 100 lap race. I didn't realize it's an open setup. So I had a fixed setup in there from
Oh
Charlotte.
no.
And I ran pretty good. I ran actually really good. I got up to second. I'm running second. I'm ripping the lip. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh fuck, how am I out of gas?
It was.
I didn't know during the session until I got out, and I'm like, oh, my setup says Charlotte. This gotta be an open race. And I couldn't believe it. I said, oh my god, like I was running really good. So have a little bit more confidence going into this dirt season.
That's good.
Just based on that one run. So but a lot of fun. I can't wait till the dirt league gets started and we can start talking about that. And we'll have Dean on obviously to really give us a good preview on that. And
yeah, he'll be.
But speaking of previews, we should probably preview Rockingham after.
Yeah, he's got Georgetown this weekend. Dean does with the Supercar Series, and then he's got Charlotte that following weekend or weekend. So we'll get him on in 2 weeks on Wednesday night to preview the league. But
Yep.
So just real quick, my weekend, I just was sitting here. I got a notification from FedEx. I have 15 packages arriving on Friday. So my sim rig will be here Friday.
What kind of rig you getting?
I got a track. I got kind of stupid, and I bought a Track Racer TR160 complete quad monitor.
He's got a whole race car coming. Greg Dolan, please. He's got a race car coming to the house.
And then I was sitting at work yesterday, and I was like, I'm still racing on an old 8-9-year-old Fantech Club Sport wheel version 2.5 belt drive. And I really don't want to put this whole rig together, and then down the road I have to tear it apart to swap out the wheel. So I ordered a Sim Magic Alpha Evo 12 Newton meter wheel. That'll be here Saturday. So I think I'm going to work Friday. I'm going to work Saturday and get out of work at noon. And then I got to decide, am I going to try to put this cockpit together that everything I read says takes 8 to 10 hours? And then try and then try to get the monitors all back on and the wheel set up. And yeah.
I think you could build the whole rig and just put your wheel on and then judge the time from there and be like, all right, I got this much time left to get like everything else set up.
Well, Brandon, can you throw a rock and hit his rig so he can't drive it?
I can get them. I can go get them packages.
I have a camera. I have a camera on my
Friday.
front
I don't want anything to do.
I will say this. I'm excited about the wheel. I've known for about a year that this Club Sport, the belt, has lost some tension, and it used to feel so crisp and clean. I could feel the track, and I've told you guys, Brandon, we've been racing that. I can't feel my right front as good, so I'm looking forward to getting a direct drive wheel and feeling that. I know I did for you. I know what I did for Johnny. So looking forward to that. But yeah, let's preview Rockingham. So let me bring
First
up the
time going
schedule.
there.
I got the
First
schedule
time
right
going
here.
here.
Yeah, in both the Busch, obviously, but in the Cup too, we have never before raced Rockingham. So
Wow.
the Busch race is 175 laps around there. And what I'll tell you is I've raced there in the Cup car, and that is just short of terrifying after 20 laps. I can't imagine
I love it.
what these Busch cars are going to be, but that's 175 laps on 3 sets of tires.
2 sets of tires.
Well, 3 to count the set you start on.
Oh yeah, starting. Yep. Okay. Yep. You're right. Yeah, I'm really excited for this track. I love Rockingham. It's a short track, high bank. You can move around. It's a lot of fun if you can manage your tires, which is going to be a big tire management race, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be. Hey, one thing we forgot before we get to the cup race, and we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
There was another bet on the line Sunday night. It wasn't just Kenny. It wasn't just Jeff Barefoot $25.
That's right. It was the broadcaster bet.
The battle of the broadcasters.
The battle of, and I believe Matt did beat him, didn't he?
Matt did. Matt had a top 10.
Yep.
Right? No, Matt wrecked, right? Where did Matt finish?
He did wreck. I don't know if
he had to beat 24th.
He finished 9th.
Yeah, okay.
Finished
yeah.
9th.
So
he did shoot a message. I don't know if he was just messing with us or if he was being serious. Because if he's serious, then Matt, I hope your wrist gets better, buddy. But he did say he wrecked and sprained his wrist.
He did.
Because he was running his force feedback at 100%.
That is
I don't know if that's crazy. That's crazy to me.
No, I've heard of guys breaking their wrist before.
No, I mean running the 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think I run 100%. I don't know what mine's actually at. I'll have to look at that, but 100% just seems what it is. It's 100. It's like you're in a car.
Yeah. So Matt, we hope you showed up. He shot me a message today.
Yeah.
He's ready to go for Friday night, and he will be racing on Sunday night. So
beautiful, love it.
And then the Cup race is 200 laps around there.
Yep,
so.
Just a little bit longer in distance. Obviously, an extra set of tires, but less fuel.
Yep.
So, not sure where the fuel will play out. Obviously, we haven't raced here before. We're not sure. We're not sure basically anything about what's going to happen at this track.
It looks.
What's the fuel? What's the fuel load again for Sunday?
60%.
60%.
It looked around when I was practicing earlier before I hopped on here. It looked like 59, 60 laps. So that would be if it stayed green the whole way, you'd stop at lap 60 and lap 120, and again at 180.
So you'd have to pay, you'd use all your tires. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun because there will be cautions. I don't see this going clean and green. Really off turn 2 is really treacherous. I love this track because you can rip the outside if you can really save your tires. The guys we bogged down on the bottom late in runs, and down that front stretch you can carry so much speed. And it's just I have good memories of this track too because I went there for like the last 3 or 4 spring races that were hosted there for Cup races.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It used to be the summer or whatever that February break is. We'd have winter break or whatever. We would drive down and spend the week going to all the race shops, go to Rockingham, head back home, all the way back up to little old Rouse's Point. A lot of fun,
I remember on our trips down to South Carolina to visit my grandparents every year, we drive by Rockingham. That was like the highlight of the trip.
Yep.
Just driving by that big old track.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool little track.
Yep.
So Brandon or Greg, you guys got any predictions for Sunday night? Who's your pick? Let's
certainly not me. Not me. I'm looking to maybe finish if there's 20 cars to start at 25. I'll be happy finishing around 12th to 15th.
I'll be shooting for a top 10. I'd like to be somewhere in the back half of the top 10. I'd be happy with that. And
So
I'm
gonna call
as far as my
a
pick,
pick for both race after.
as far as okay, we'll do that. Bush race. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go with driver of the 14 that was just on tonight. I'm gonna pick Joey for the Busch Series race.
Nice call.
And then Sunday night for Rockingham, I'm gonna pick my teammate. I'm gonna pick Steve Ritter.
Ooh. All right. So Steve's actually my pick for the Busch race. I believe Steve's gonna get it done in the Busch race. And then on Sunday, I think my teammate Pogo is gonna be good because it's kind of a shorter track, higher tire wear. I'm really confident in myself too. You know, I won't call a winner Jeff Pogo.
Okay, Greg.
I don't want to call myself because I really think it's gonna be me.
Greg, you want to pick a Busch in a couple?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jeff only because I know how many races he won last year, and he's hot to take the championship back again.
That's the Cup Series. How about in the Busch Series?
I don't know anybody that drives there, so I'll just go with Joey Gattina.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay, so we'll call this the 802 podcast picks. We'll do it every week, and we'll keep score. It won't be like DBC where the loser has to buy dinner.
I'll DoorDash something to you guys. Get you a little DoorDash.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna wrap it for the night. I know, Brian, you gotta go race.
Yep, I gotta get ready for a truck race, but hopefully we can make it through lap 1 this week. Had a little net code issue last week, so that wasn't fun, but.
Okay, and in honor of Rockingham, we have a little song to play us out. Have a good week,
Good night,
guys,
guys.
and I'll see you Friday night and Sunday night.
Yep.
Good night.
Wish that I was on old Rocky Top, down in the Tennessee hills. Ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top. Ain't no